All right, tough loss. Thought our defense played very good football. Missed a quarterback run early on a rush lane, but they played winning football. To hold those receivers to what we held them to, the pass game. I think Burrow had about 50 yards rushing, but hats off to the way the defense played. Missed 2 opportunities in the kicking game, and then didn't score enough points offensively. And that starts with me. And it's hard to win games when you score 7 points, and that's the reality of it.
Why do you think the offense struggled so much tonight?
That's probably a number of things, Dan. I'll go back and watch the tape. I thought we had some opportunities, throughout the game. Whether it be run, whether it be pass. We turned the ball over down there, on that drive, which was a good drive, and to come away with no points. And then I think 5 of 15, somewhere around there. Now, we were aggressive on 4th down, as I thought we needed to be against this offense, but just couldn't generate any explosive plays. We had the penalty, and then other than that, we didn't hit many explosive plays. So that's okay. That's in a nutshell before watching it.
On that first series, the second half there, we did go for it on 4th on the 38, didn't make it, and then come back.
Yeah.
Is that just a matter of if you just try to jumpstart your offense?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have any points. Felt good about stuff that we had. We were going a little bit up tempo, and our defense did a great job after that. Of holding them, getting the ball back, and then going down and scoring. But it's hard to win football games when you score 7 points. That's the reality of it.
Can you explain what happened on that interception, Brian?
Yeah, Daniel was getting pressure, and he tried to throw it, out of the back of the end zone, and not what we want to do. So, that was a tough one. I'm sure he'd like to have that back, and I'd like to have, certainly the play call back when you get a result like that.
Was you trying to hit Theo on the backside there, or do you want him to take Tracy in the flat there? And that's
yeah. I mean, with the pressure, they looped around Jermaine. We had a chance at Tracy, or throw it at his feet if we don't have him. It was a shot type of play to Theo. Again, if we got sacked, we got sacked. Obviously, we don't want to turn the ball over in that situation, and you can put that on me.
It seemed like a similar decision to the one against Cleveland where Malik batted it away. Is there anything that you can, where again he's kind of just tossing it up there, kind of multiple guys have a chance to bring it down?
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to throw it to complete it, but certainly a decision that I know that we'd like to have back. But you can put that on me.
So what about on Andrew's penalty there on the long play to Slayton?
Yeah, it was downfield.
What's that a product of?
Yeah, it was an RPO. So run pass option. Read the defense, usually get out of your hands quick. I thought he did. Andrew's blocking the run, and looked to me like it was the right call. So it was 2 penalties for 9 yards, but that was a 60-yard gain that totally changed field position.
You mentioned the 3rd down struggles. Did they do anything differently that you had to adjust to?
No.
Is there what can you put your finger on? Like offensively, you have 1 touchdown in 3 games at home, but you have had a lot more success away.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with execution. So, 7 points won't get it done.
What led to it being such a polar opposite from a week ago, Brian, where the offense really seemed to be working against Seattle to now?
I mean, every week, Connor, I tell you this, it's a week-to-week league. Every week's different. So we didn't execute as well as we executed last week. Overall, I'm not just saying, I'm saying everybody, and that starts with me.
Brian, was there anything on offense you felt you could lean on? I mean, obviously in the first half you couldn't run it. Second half you could run it a little better. Was there anything that you felt, okay, at least I can lean on this?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's some good things that we did, and obviously not a good enough. But we'll go back, we'll look at it. But again, the ultimate deal is scoring points, whether it's run, pass, whatever it may be. So when you're inconsistent with the things that we're inconsistent with right now, the result is 7 points, and that all starts with me.
We talked a lot a couple weeks ago about the deep balls not connecting. We had a couple last week, and I felt like it was kind of back to not being able to connect tonight. What do you think was the problem tonight?
Yeah, we'll take a look at it then. Every week's different. So we hit them last week, we didn't this week. I mean, that's a simple answer.
Holding you back, not being able to hit those with any level of consistency.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're not going to be an 80% completion rate when you throw deep balls. You're going to hit some, you're going to miss some. Obviously they help. They help a great deal in terms of, ending drives and points when you hit them. Whether that's catch and run, like it was on the one we got called back, or, a downfield shot, to Wandell on a crosser or whatever it may be. So keep working at it.
Did you consider a 54-yard field goal out of Greg's range, or were you just reacting to the miss prior to that?
Yeah, I thought it was right on the cusp. We felt like that was the best thing to do, is to go for it on that fourth down there. The one to Slayton. Yeah, felt good about the call. Still feel good about the call, and made a good play.
Why kick a field goal on second down rather than taking 2 shots at the end zone and then kicking it?
We're in we have a situation there that we've practiced. Go ahead and kick that field goal, get it back with a little bit more time to go ahead and we need 2 scores. So field goal, touchdown. You don't want to waste any more time. We felt we were in, go ahead and kick the field goal right there, and unfortunately didn't make it.
Brian, when you say you still feel good about that call, the incompletion to Slayton, what made you say that after?
No, the decision to go for it. Yeah, I would do it again.
Do you think any of the issues with the 2 missed field goals tonight, could they have been contributed just to a new holder?
No, look, he's held for a long time. We felt comfortable with him out there. We're not going to make an excuse for that.
You had to use a timeout on one of those 4th downs. Did you have a headset issue, or what? Or was that just personnel? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got fixed after just that? Was it one play?
Yeah, it was after that one, and then they grabbed it and switched it out.
Any significant issue with Andrew ankle? Or
Don't have anything for you.
anything else?
What's your optimism level on Malik returning this week?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll ask the doctors here where he's at. So, day to day.
Daniel, after some of the success your offense had last week, how disappointing is it to just score 7 points in this game?
Yes, very disappointing. Couldn't sustain drives, execute, get into a rhythm, and frustrating. I feel like we've, taken steps and progressed as an offense. Obviously, we didn't do that today, so we've got to look at what we need to do better and clean it up.
Daniel, what happened with the interception? Was that a play you'd like to have back?
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get the ball at the back of the end zone. Got hit. Got to throw it earlier or get the ball down.
It looked like you took a lot of hits tonight. Many of them you initiated yourself. Do you make out of this okay physically? And are you concerned about that long term?
No, I'm not. I feel good.
Is there any added frustration? There was, Cowboys and Washington lost today, and Philly didn't look that great. This could have put you right back in the race.
We're trying to win every game, every time we play. So regardless of what's going on across the league or in our division, we're always trying to win the game we're playing. So it's frustrating for that reason.
Did you guys make a decision at halftime to be more aggressive with going for the 4th downs offensively?
I think that was something we talked about throughout the week is being aggressive in those situations. Some came up there in the second half, and some we executed well, and then some we didn't. So we've got to look at where we can clean those up.
How frustrating is it on a day that the defense plays like it did not to be able to score more than 7 points?
Yeah, it's very frustrating to not score more than 7 points.
Daniel, you mentioned you've made progress like in the game in Seattle offensively. You said it's kind of frustrating not to keep that rhythm. How do you avoid not kind of riding the wave of this and keeping it going in the right direction there?
I think we just gotta execute. Gotta execute throughout the game. Take advantage of the opportunities we have and convert them. It starts in the beginning of the game. Help you get into a rhythm and then sustain it throughout. So, like I said, we'll look at the film and see where we could have improved that.
Daniel, how difficult is it to not have big explosive plays, to have to execute play after play after play after play?
Yeah, it makes it tough. Makes it tough when you have to do that in this league. I think, credit to their defense. I think their scheme and their plan is to prevent some of those plays, but we gotta execute and find a way to generate some of them.
Do they change it up, Daniel, on the back end as far as coverage-wise, what they usually do to try to take away some of the plays?
I think they had a good game plan. Some different things here and there, but it was largely what they do, and we just gotta execute. It's about what we do and making sure we're doing what we got to do to move the ball, score points.
How can you guys prevent, like the illegal man downfield on Andrew? You guys hit a monstrous play, comes back. How do you prevent those types of MEs? I mean, is that just repping things consistently?
Well, I think in a lot of those RPO type plays, stuff like that can come up, and it's tough. I think obviously Andrew's blocking for the run, and he's got a job to do there. So you try to avoid it where you can, but it's the risk you run when you're running some of those RPO type plays.
What did you learn about Tracy tonight that maybe you didn't know?
Played well. I mean, he played well last week in Seattle, and came in, ran tough, made some plays in the pass game. Thought he had a good night.
After you guys had a missed field goal, and then you get back in the field goal range, down 3. I think it would have been a 54-yarder. Your coach goes for it again. Obviously, you had gotten 2 fourth downs on the touchdown drive. Just curious, how you feel about it in that moment. Would you rather see a tie game versus going for it?
Yeah, I mean, I like the opportunity to go for it. Him trusting us to get it, and we got to convert. We got to execute and do that. So, that's Dave's decision. I like him trusting us, and we got to convert.
The ugly primetime narrative is still there. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just focused on winning games, playing well, winning games. Tough one tonight, but we've got another opportunity next week, and that's what we got to do is focus on that and get ready to go.
The past 2 weeks, how you guys have played defensively overall, what have you made of that? What's your assessment of how you guys have played defensively?
Played well. Like I said, still so much more that you can do. I mean, there's some opportunities we got to take advantage of, to change the game. But, just speaking from a holistic view, we've been playing well, for sure.
How badly does this team miss Malik right now?
I mean, definitely he brings out a certain energy. He brings out a certain, aura, when he's on the field. Explosive player. I mean, we would love to have him, but we seen guys step up last week, guys step up this week. So, it's always next man up.
Apologies if you've been asked this, but how frustrating is it to have the defensive performance you guys did, limit him to 10 points until the final couple minutes, and then just unable to close it out on your end?
Very. Like I said, it's frustrating. It's just there's more plays to be made, more things that we can do, to change the game. And if we want to be an elite defense and live up to who we say we are, we have to make those plays. We have to get. And as simple as that, we had the opportunity. It was on the ground.
What was it like with Azeez in there today?
Azeez played his ass off. Azeez did a great job. Really, really proud of him. I mean, he always showed flashes of what he can do when he got in there. And it's unfortunate that Tibbs went down, but I knew he was ready. So, I'm not surprised by his play at all.
One more. So, pouncing on a fumble, right? That's something. But that's kind of a chance play per se. But what other than that can this defense do?
Just the details, We got to get to the drawing board to see exactly what they were, but it's still plays that can be made. I just say the fumble because that was that's the opportunity we had. That's what we wanted,
Brian, you guys could make a case that your 3 best games have been on the road this year. Offensively, you have 1 touchdown here. Is there anything about this team playing better on the road than at home?
No, I don't think there's nothing about that. I think it's just due time. Football is football. There's so many ways it could turn out. That's just how it went today. We got another game at home next week, so let's get back to it.
You mentioned Malik's aura. One thing the receivers were saying, he was in here talking to guys, giving them tips on the sideline. Obviously, he's not necessarily going to give you tips. I know maybe he did. I don't know. But what was he like on the sideline? today?
I didn't see him on side. He was really on our side. I'm assuming because I didn't see him. I was mainly focused on my guys.
I didn't know you saw him.
No, I didn't see him.
What did you see from your guys specifically today? You mentioned we've been chatting Azeez a little bit, but just the group performance as a whole.
I just seen a focus, and a will, that we've always had. But I felt like it really came through today. They had that Burrow scrambled for like whatever that was for a touchdown. I mean, that can be demoralizing. You know what I'm saying? So the way they bounced back and the way we responded. That's how you're supposed to do it. And like we get a short field turnover, whatever the case may be, get the ball back. That's how you respond. So I take my hat off to my guys on the defense.
Brian, what happened in that play with Burrow?
We what?
I know you may have to look at it in film, but the touchdown run, yeah. What exactly happened?
He's seen something. He's seen an opening, and I'm pretty sure he knew he was in man. He knew that all the DBs would be chasing their guy, and he seen an opening and he took it. Heads up play by him.
Is this the standard for your defense, this type of performance?
And it's a good performance. It's not the standard. Like I said, it's certain opportunities that we can still get. Never want to be complacent. So if there's more plays to make, we should make them.
Do you feel like playing at home is starting to get kind of psychologically challenging for you guys? You're maybe starting to press a little bit with execution out there? The fact that you guys just are not scoring at home?
Yeah. No, not really, because like I said, I mean, it wasn't like, we had plays there, we just didn't make them, So, but it doesn't have anything to do with the venue or psychological things or anything. We just didn't hit them.
Yeah, but when you do this today against a defense that came in allowing like 30 points a game, I mean, is that just kind of alarming for you guys that you really need to do a lot of self-assessment?
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime you lose, you have to do self-assessment because you got to get it right. So, like I said, we had some opportunities tonight that we just didn't connect on, and we got to be better next week.
I think you had asked about them doing different things to take away the deep balls. They do anything different just in general, like on third downs or anything? Because they get struggling on third down. Or anything you maybe had to adjust to?
A little bit. They tried to show a couple blitz looks and then backed out of them a couple times. So trying to, make us get to certain checks or whatever. But honestly, I mean, like I said, my part. But honestly, I mean, we had a couple first downs where we had good plays on. And like I said, we just didn't execute them.
How much does the primetime struggles bother you? Because I know players. You like being on primetime. Everyone throughout the league is watching, and your guys' record in those is not so good.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it's primetime coming in, but once you get playing, football is football. Got a lot of big people trying to hit you, so you can't really worry about, TV cameras.
Is it especially, head scratching considering like last week, you guys were without Malik and Devin, and things are rolling, and this week it, just kind of didn't click as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think in the first half we don't score any points. It makes it tough. We didn't run it as well as we wanted to in the first half, and then on the flip side of that, we didn't connect on enough passes to overcome that. So when you have those two things going on, it's hard to score points, and when you don't score points in the first half, it's hard to win the game.
You always want to come out with a win. It sucks. I mean, I can have the game of my life, but if you don't come out with a win, it really don't matter.
Tyrone, it's often said you can learn more from a loss than you can a win. This was a much more difficult game than last week. What do you think you can take out of this one?
I mean, just being detailed, we had a lot of penalties. We had a lot of just mishaps, on the offensive side. Defense played amazing. They gave us the ball. We have to take advantage of our opportunities, when we get a short field. Or when defense do a 3 and out or whatever it is, we got to play complementary football. And today we just we didn't do that in the first half. Second half we came out, we switched it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, we got to take care of the little details and just fall back on our fundamentals.
I think it was your touchdown that capped off like a 16-play drive where you guys went all the way down the field. What went right on that drive that was going so well that couldn't manifest itself necessarily the rest of the night?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we kind of just found our niche, doing, fast tempo, changing the tempo on them. We're conditioned. I feel like they was getting tired, and we were just kind of, laying on them within the run game, then switching up, throwing passes down the field. I think that we just kind of switched up the tempo and found our niche.
In the first half, was it some stuff that they were doing differently, or was it just that the execution on your offense's part wasn't as good as you wanted it to be, and that's why you couldn't seem to break through in the first half?
It was just execution. Like I said, it's just the detail, man. Once, you don't do the little details, you don't fall back on your fundamentals, that's when bad things happen. You're not executing at a high level, and when you don't execute at a high level, that's when you get 3 and outs. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you don't really move the ball down the field. So today as an offense, we just we got to do better, get back to the drawing boards, and just figure out a way to win games.
It's very frustrating, because we practice it every day. We've been doing this since OTAs, and when we go out here, when it matters and when it counts, just can't connect. That's something that we can't have, especially on Sunday night. And like I said, we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to figure it out, and be ready for the Eagles next week.
Why do you think that's happened here in CCC?
It can be a lot of things. It can be momentum of the game. It can be, maybe DJ was seeing something else. We just got to be on the same page at the end of the day. And today we wasn't. And, we'll go back to the drawing board, we'll figure it out, and we'll be ready for the Eagles.
How much of a missed opportunity is this chance to get the 3-3, 3-3, get right in the middle of the NFC East?
Yeah, it was a big opportunity for us. We felt very good about the game plan coming in. And we just didn't execute, and that's the disappointing part about it. And that goes on me too. I got to execute more. I had targets that DJ gave me, and I got to execute. So I blame myself.
What do you think? Was the ball there on that one? The deep ball to you?
Which one?
The one where you had
the left side.
Yeah.
It was there. He had my right arm. I practice, catching with my left. We practice that in practice. Obviously, this is a physical game, and I got to execute. I blame myself for that, and I got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out.
Is it starting to feel like playing at home is almost like psychological for this team, where for some reason you guys are just not executing at home, and you got 1 touchdown in 3 games, and on the road this offense has been able to produce more. So what's going on at home?
We got to produce at home. We got to produce for these fans. We got to be better for these fans. They came out here and paid their hard money to come see us play, and we felt it. And we as a team, we take that personally, and it hurt us. It hurts us being at home, especially with a great crowd that came out tonight on Sunday Night Football, and we had a good game plan, but we just didn't execute, and I blame myself for that as well. I got to get better, and I will.
Azeez, you talked all week about trying to capitalize on your opportunity. You had 2 sacks. Did you feel it, and other pressures? You feel like you did that?
I felt like try to come in, just execute the game plan, do what I can to the best of my abilities, try to help us win. But we fell short today.
Do you feel like you guys as a whole, Burns, you, Dex, put a lot of pressure on them?
I feel like we executed the plan. We fell short, left a lot of plays out there for sure. When we go back and watch tomorrow and tonight, and we'll see what we can fix and try to work on that for sure.
Azeez, now that you're on the field against Burrow, what's the most difficult thing about trying to deal with him?
Man, Burrow, he's so elusive. He's fast, and as you've seen today, when you get there, you got to get him down all the way for sure, because he's elusive and he's a great player.
It's a high-scoring offense. You held them to 17 points. You have to feel like defensively you did everything you could to win this game.
Man, I know it's tough. We definitely left some plays out there, and we want back for sure. We got to shake it off and move on to the next week now.
How are you able to get such good pressure on Joe Burrow? Lived in the backfield all day.
Hats off to the coaches and the staff, everyone working every week at practice, trying to just combative rush as a unit, and just keep rushing every day.
Azeez, after Tracy got the 1-yard touchdown, made it 7-7. They come right back and get a field goal. How demoralizing was it to give up the go-ahead points right there?
It's tough, It's tough, We always want to stop the offense when they're out there and give up no points, but it's the NFL, and they got great plays on that side of the ball. But we just got to come back harder next time.
At the end of the game, they're trying to milk the clock, and then they wind up busting one for the final touchdown. I'm sure that had to be very frustrating.
Yeah, it was frustrating for sure. He busted it up, the 30 right up the middle, it looked like. He was out of there. It was a tough play. It was a tough way to end the night.